first thing we find in verse 40 is this. The Bible very clearly describes that Jesus had to grow, that Jesus grew. Now, we see an understanding here. The Bible has described Jesus as a baby. The Bible has described Jesus as a boy of 12 years old. The Bible has described Jesus as a man who begins his ministry at 30 years old and does so for 3 years, is crucified and rises again from the dead, and some 40 days later ascends into heaven. We see a picture here that Jesus is living as a normal human being. He had to grow. You know, we know that there have been things we've wondered about in history long past. There are certain things that God did in very unique ways. God created maturity in the universe. God created a Garden of Eden. Notice that God did not go around planting seeds. God didn't create just a seed and said, okay, here's an oak tree, and over here is going to be a cypress tree. But God created mature growing trees. Genesis tells us that God created the plants, and then they started producing seeds. God created mature animals, and they started reproducing after their own kind. The next time someone asks you, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Genesis tells you the chicken came first, and it started producing eggs, because that's the way God created animals, to produce after their own kind. And God created Adam and Eve. He didn't create an infant that had to grow into Adam, and He didn't create an infant that had to grow into an Eve. He created Adam and Eve, and He created in them maturity, adulthood, enough to be able to communicate on the very day that they were created. We are told in Genesis that Adam names the animals, and he's communicating with God on the very day he was created. And so there is a maturity in creation that God has made. But when God sent His Son, Jesus, He sent Him as an infant to be born of a virgin, and He had to grow. There might be something that comes to our minds at this time, because even though Jesus is presented as a baby in Bethlehem that the shepherds come and see, the angels also describe Him as God even at His very birth.